This is a giant whale shackled in iron chains in the middle of the deep sea. It has been chained here for hundreds of years, swallowing countless passing ships. Therefore, it is trapped in the heart of a mysterious sea. The giant whale washes its face with tears every day, hoping to be free one day. Until that day, it meets Yan and a kind-hearted donkey named Ivan, who decide to help it escape its bondage. Yan rides the donkey straight into the blowhole of the whale, into the large cavernous mouth of the baby whale. The flames of the wings tickle everywhere. The itchiness inside the mouth becomes overwhelming. The whale can no longer bear it and uses its strength. The chains are snapped in two. Finally, the giant whale breaks free, and Ivan and the donkey are also propelled out. Fortunately, the donkey knows how to fly and doesn't fall. But Ivan doesn't know that the donkey is a divine horse in the heavens. Afterwards, the horse guarding the pagoda joins the banquet, while the whale secretly descends into the mortal world. However, because it is unfamiliar with the way, it falls into the water. Ivan saves it just in time. To repay its life-saving kindness, the whale transforms itself into a donkey and becomes Ivan's guardian. At the same time, it brings two strong guard horses, but the night before, the donkey destroyed the wheat field, angering the farm owner. At the market, the donkey is seen by King Kuk Vong from the southern region. Ivan is helpless as the king seizes the two guard horses, causing the donkey to become upset. The donkey lets out a loud roar, and the two guard horses break through the river gate. Even before the king can get off his chariot, he is also dragged out. Losing control, King Kuk Vong falls face first into a bag of flour, becoming a snow prince. King Kuk Vong loses face in front of his people, so he doesn't order Ivan's execution. Instead, King Kuk Vong proposes a way for Ivan to atone by finding a firebird in a distant desert. The firebird often attacks King Kuk Vong's soldiers. Yan, along with the firebird, goes to the territory of the firebird, not knowing how many soldiers it has consumed on the ground. Ivan clenched his teeth and continued to throw chestnuts from his hand onto the sand, hoping they would weaken the firebird. It was said that these chestnuts could drain the firebird's combat strength. As time passed under the sand, a sudden sparkling light appeared, followed by a fire erupting from beneath the sand. As Ivan approached closer, he realized that it was not a firebird but a phoenix, a creature that had been cultivating for hundreds of years. The phoenix awakened and quickly soared into the sky. It was rumored that seeing a phoenix would bring great luck. At that moment, the phoenix spotted food beneath the sand and became extremely excited. It used its claws to pick up the chestnuts and threw them into the air before gracefully leaping up. It stuffed the chestnuts into its mouth and swallowed them. The phoenix started to eat more and more, despite its body becoming weak and unable to stand firmly. Nonetheless, the allure of the food was irresistible. Eventually, it rolled onto the ground, exhausted but not completely asleep. It placed one last chestnut into its mouth before finally succumbing to sleep. Unfortunately, the phoenix got caught in a net and Ivan was preparing to bring it back to the king. However, the pitiful phoenix pleaded with Ivan for mercy. Its hot tears and distress moved Ivan, who decided to free it by opening the heavy net. Once free, the phoenix seemed to come back to life. It expressed its gratitude to Ivan before spreading its wings and soaring high into the sky. The phoenix's desire was to bring perfection and good luck to those who encountered it. The whole ordeal was a success, and as a token of gratitude, the phoenix left behind one of its primal feathers. This feather could protect Ivan in dangerous situations. However, since Ivan couldn't capture the phoenix and bring it back, he was apprehended by the king. Ivan intended to retrieve the phoenix's feather to prove himself, but when he pulled it out, the feather had become even more ugly, causing mockery from others. The king believed that Ivan was playing a trick and ordered punishment. As the executioner raised the axe, the phoenix's feather suddenly emitted a bright light. People looked up and discovered that the phoenix sensed that Ivan was in danger and arrived just in time. The phoenix landed on the roof, and its warm fire covered the small area surrounding it. Finally, everyone believed in Ivan and recognized him as a hero. The king had no choice but to reward Ivan in front of everyone. However, behind his back, the king felt regret and remorse. Shortly after, the phoenix commanded Ivan to undertake a dangerous mission, to awaken the Frost Princess on top of the snowy mountain and bring her back to be his queen. This journey was perilous, and the king believed that Ivan would not survive on the way. Little did he know that Ivan always had a celestial steed by his side, assisting him in overcoming the obstacles in this perilous journey. They reached the top of the snowy mountain, but the ice gate blocked Ivan outside. He found himself in a dilemma, not knowing what to do, but suddenly the phoenix feather started to glow again. In the blink of an eye, the feather pierced through the ice gate and melted it into water. At that moment, the little donkey was caught and eventually frozen in the ice, suspended over the cliff. Meanwhile, Ivan managed to go through the gate and entered the Ice Palace, where, according to legend, the Ice Princess resided. Inside the Ice Palace, Ivan met the Ice Princess. The phoenix feather had awakened her from a deep sleep. However, when the princess discovered that the person who wanted to marry her was an old man, she immediately declared that she would rather die than marry Yan Kiwei. With her decision, they both jumped freely into the deep abyss. Fortunately, the donkey soared high and spread its wings, saving them from the fall. While Ivan and the donkey continued their journey, the Ice Princess safely and successfully returned him to the royal court. However, when the princess learned the reason for losing her precious ring that she received from her grandmother, she refused to marry the king. The ring had been swallowed by a giant whale. As soon as the king learned of this, he asked Ivan to retrieve the ring. Ivan agreed and rode his donkey, soaring across the vast ocean. During their journey, Ivan and the donkey accidentally collided with a flock of seagulls due to lack of vigilance. However, the donkey caught up with Ivan, and Lean, a former intelligence soldier, discovered a giant whale entangled in ropes amidst the sea. Yan was struggling underwater and unexpectedly facing a big wave approaching. Fortunately, the donkey arrived just in time and pulled Ivan away from the danger. It was then that Ivan realized that the giant creature in front of him was a whale, entangled in the long-standing ropes and becoming a target for moss. When Ivan appeared, the whale shed tears. Ivan understood that it was seeking help and decided to assist it. With his kindness, Ivan decided to free the whale, granting it the freedom to return to the vast ocean. Ivan rode the donkey into the whale's blowhole, and fire began to burn all around. Ivan felt a tingling sensation throughout his body. Suddenly, a strange force surged from the whale's body, and it let out a powerful sneeze like a volcanic eruption. The large ropes were torn, and the whale finally gained freedom and returned to the vast sea. As a way to thank Ivan, the whale sent him a crab carrying a ring made of pure gold. Unexpectedly, it was the ring that the king had been searching for. However, Yan suddenly became hesitant. If the king obtained the ring, the princess would have no reason to reject his proposal. Ivan, who had been in love with the princess for a long time, decided to sacrifice himself to protect her. Late one night, Ivan secretly took the princess away. Unfortunately, their action was discovered by a powerful deity. As a result, both of them were captured before they could escape. The king heard the noise coming close to the window, and when he saw the donkey at a distance, he didn't hesitate to shoot it. After being shot, the decoy immediately fell from above to save Ivan. The princess revealed her secret of immortality to the king as a means of rescue. However, the king was deceitful and betrayed their trust. At this moment, a great deity beside him offered a hint. The next day, at the palace gate, soldiers pushed 3 large pots forward. The first pot contained boiling water, the second pot contained freezing seawater capable of instantly freezing someone, and the third pot contained milk poisoned with a potent toxin. The king believed that if he could successfully pass through these 3 pots, he would become immortal. However, cunningly, he pushed Ivan into the pot instead. Witnessing this, the princess immediately threw her own necklace down. Ivan succeeded in the first test by falling into the pot of icy water, causing his body to stiffen. A phoenix feather quickly entered the pot, enabling Ivan to successfully pass the second trial. But as he entered the third pot of poisoned liquid, the princess realized that she could no longer help him. Everyone present believed that Ivan had perished beyond recognition, and they left the scene with sorrowful sympathy. Suddenly, a beam of white light descended from the sky. Upon closer inspection, it was a peacock feather emitting a phoenix-like light. It turned out that the phoenix fire, severely injured, had exerted its utmost effort to reach the end of the horizon to pluck the only flower of eternal life in the world. Upon witnessing Ivan's immortality, the king quickly discarded his clothes and jumped into the fire to ignite himself. Unexpectedly, he found himself trapped inside a giant bubble and was blown away into the undefined sky. People cheered and celebrated Ivan's valiant actions. Subsequently, he became the king they had trusted, and together with the princess, they lived a carefree and blissful life. Finally, if you had to choose between the Phoenix Fire and the Ice Princess, whom would you choose? This is the end of the movie. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any new movies.